We are going to go live, so it should be very close down to the wire over on Snake Water, and I'm very excited to see how it all plays out. Like you said, the winner of this goes into the grand finals where they will have an opportunity to take that first place prize over against Froyotech in a best of 3. So it's going to be exciting. A lot more TF2 whoever wins this tonight. But first, they have to win this matchup. Sam versus Sin Karma on the very first mid. Just going to be lobbing stickies across against each other. No one going immediately for a fast bomb or anything like that. Sam does get aggressive over on the high ground. Instead, it's going to be Yum Yum running it over on the left flank. Is going to be able to take down Raven. Nice stuff there, Loaf and Shamu. However, trading out 2 for 2 as well. Looking a lot better for the Zoo. They have the position and the space, the player advantage, and that is going to be the first first mid for them.
Yeah, very decisive mid from the Zoo here. It started off a little slow, started off a little rocky, but they managed to make something work, and that's where the pause actually came out. So could be a little tack pause there. The med does live on the side of Sit here, so we will be seeing an even last. Looks like the gun gonna be going up in the Vanny spot by Raven, actually a little bit closer than it probably should be, but it doesn't matter, as Slugmundo and Dank are going to be able to find that pick onto Zam. Sorry, not Dank. Slugmundo and Raven, rather, are going to be able to find that pick onto Zam, and that's going to slow down the advance of the Zoo, at least for a little bit. For right now, it does look like things will, slow down a little bit. Things will start to grind down to a halt. Shamu playing sniper here, peeking lower, oddly enough. Maybe going to be able to find someone cheeky. Does kind of win the SVS with the Zam there, but doesn't take him down. Just takes him down a little bit in terms of health. Looks like the Zoo might be wanting to pressure out through top right, as that's where Zam is peeking and nobody's defending this. So Zam is just able to wide swing this, but does get spotted by Loaf. Isn't killed. 1 HP, is able to survive, and does get healed up here. Yum Yum finally getting taken down in lower, as the Zoo works to try and back themselves out here, losing 2 here. They're no longer able to contest lobby, not even able to contest lower, but check this out, Slugmundo inside of lobby, potentially going to be dropping down through lower, where he's not spotted. No one knows he's here. He's getting onto Zam here, looking for the sniper pick. Isn't going to be able to find it just yet. Isn't going to be able to find it at all, but is going to be able to find the Force instead. Oh my goodness gracious. The Force does come out from the side of the Zoo here. That is going to, completely mess up their last push. No opportunity to really get in now.
Yeah, no opportunity at all. Now an opportunity for the Ever team to try and push out if they dare. Dank has got that 100% to try and push out. Let's see how it plays out.
Yeah, I want to see what the strat is here from the side of Sit. A bit of a questionable Uber. Definitely not necessary. The players were not in at all to really counter that Uber. And Dank is going to get taken down. A nice rocket coming out from Donovan as he comes in from behind. Now it's an all-out brawl inside of the grass area here. Sam going to be able to find the pipe on Sin Karma. Zam going to be able to find the headshot onto Loaf as well. Now Exile taking down Raven. It is a complete team wipe for the side of Sit here, and it looks like the Zoo is going to be able to just walk forward as soon as they take all of those kills. Everybody just moving in.
Yeah, everyone moving in, and they're going to be able to capture the point. So the first round going in the favor of the Zoo, just walking on top of it. Really great stuff there, setting themselves up with a nice early 1-round lead, though. We've already seen that, these early leads can mean nothing at all if the other team can figure out what's going wrong, adapt, overcome, and come back better, faster, stronger, and win the next one. We'll have to see if maybe the Sit can try and do something similar, as last time it was Yum Yum who just walked forward, opened things up with a nice early pick onto the scout. Sin Karma, however, going to be finding some pipes. The projectile's going huge. Slugmundo, nice big bomb, getting a lot of ground. Is going to be Zam trying to make something happen over in kitchen, is going to get taken down, trying to bomb up, but there is a soldier in behind. It is Donovan trying to make a play onto Dank, is going to get denied that opportunity by Slugmundo. Good stuff there, protecting his medic. So a very good start to the very good start to the round, sorry, for Sit, and maybe an opportunity to try and tie things up.
Yeah, there is a huge opportunity for a tie here on the side of Sit. Making it 1-1 could be crucial, not only for the score line, but also for the mental. Setting a tie up here could completely turn the tide of how they're feeling. The Uber does come out from the side of the Zoo here, and now the monumentally better Uber coming in from the side of Sit as they kite left side. There are stickies on the point, but I don't think that really matters, as Raven is going to get a lot of cap time. Is probably going to be able to solo cap it here, but no, he will not, as the rest of the team, Exile, Zam, and Donovan, are going to be mopping up all of these weak players that are caught in. Dank actually probably going to be dying in grass here. Is going to get taken down by Exile. Now it's all up to Loaf to try and find a salvage, but nothing there for him to really pick up. And that is going to be a team wipe for the side of Sit with a lot of staggered spawns.
Yeah, a lot of staggered spawns. Unfortunately, Dank and Loaf not going to be able to get those immediate forward spawns, and Loaf might be at risk of not even getting the ones over by second. Dank, however, is going to be out with the team, trying to build up that Uber as fast as possible. Just going to be playing super far back because they already recognize Zoo going to be coming in with at least the threat of Uber. They don't have just quite yet, but if they stick around and try and find out, they will get, and they don't want to be in anywhere close when that happens. So playing pretty far back, they want to try and force it out from Divine if they possibly can. They lose one in Slugmundo, that's okay, and they do get the Uber force out, so pretty good all things considered, especially better considering Dank was able to get into the resub, so we'll be able to be full health to help them try and fight this last push from Zoo. Donovan jumping around, making a lot of space, is going to be able to help take Raven down as Exile dies, trying to get onto the point. Shamu doing a lot of work on that heavy, allowing Sin Karma and Loaf to get a couple of picks. That's going to leave Divine all by their lonesome, trying to escape through bridge. Might be able to make it out to safety unless Slugmundo has something to say about it. And the other soldier, Loaf, with a huge skip jump coming up through Cheese, is going to be able to clean up that medic. So a disaster push for Zoo.
Yeah, that was unfortunate for Zoo there. They had everything lined up for him. Everything was set up. All they had to do was knock over the line of dominoes, but unfortunately, they hit a little too hard and they flicked the domino away from the rest of the line. So, it did not fall into place for them as much as it should have. Definitely should have been a round conversion for the Zoo here, but Sit is going to be exploiting all of those little tiny mistakes, and they are going to be taking home mid here as Donovan is stuck behind inside of blue lobby. Slugmundo is just staring at him and finally puts him out of his misery and sends him into the respawn room. It does look like Zam getting jumped in lower here as he is up on Sniper. They now know this, so hopefully Sit is able to play around it. The Uber does pop very early trying to play around that Sniper, but the Sniper's not even in anymore. The Yum Yum is going to get taken down by Shamu, so it's not all for nothing. Uber does come out from the side of Zoo here as Zam hits a nice headshot, another nice headshot. Both soldiers going down here. I mean, Zam is really making me react.
Oh my God.
He finds Dank too. Oh my goodness. Zam is just he doesn't care. He
Oh no, he cares. He cares to hit a shot, and he's been hitting so many in quick succession. Had an opportunity to do another onto Shamu. Not going to hit that one, doesn't matter. Shamu is going to go down regardless, but there is a flank shove coming out from the two soldiers, Slugmundo and Loaf. Loaf is going to be able to go all the way back, try and threaten the back half. Is going to draw a lot of eyes, and that buys a lot of time for the rest of the squad. Allows Dank to get up, tries to get some Uber. Sin Karma is going to bomb away to safety, and it's not going to help them keep control of middle, but it is going to help the bleeding just a little bit as Divine has very big Uber advantage, and it's going to be an opportunity for Zoo to try and come in here quick, maybe even take this Uber all the way to last if they work it well enough.
Yeah, if Zoo is able to work this quick enough and, they play around their teammates well enough, they'll be able to just walk this straight into last. They do need to be quick about it, though. This is kind of a situation where you just leave one and go. You don't really have the time to sit here and wait for that point to cap with all of your teammates on it. You just have to go in and try and get as much forward space as possible, because now the Ubers are starting to even out here. And now it's actually going to be Loaf trying to get some forward pressure in lower, but the Ubers are now effectively even. Zoo was just a little too slow and didn't really push off of their ad here. They do spot the gun in the bandy spot. Uber ad is now lost here completely even. Sentry does go down, but look at this. The Uber does get popped. dropped on the side of Sit inside of lobby for some reason. Sam's going to be able to take down the gun yet again. Zam is just unopposed, sitting on top of Blue Crate here. A lot of damage coming out from the side. Oh, air shot from Donovan going to be able to take
Oh
down
my God.
Slugmundo. Loaf trading him out, but I don't really think it matters as there's so much cap time. What an arrow coming in from Divine, saving Sam at the last minute, able to keep him up just for an extra second, getting so much damage, and that's going to be Zoo walking forward, taking home that winning cap, going to make it 2-0 in their favor.
Making it 2-0, and maybe a little bit of pressure mounting if you are Sid. Obviously, they have continuous overtime, so there's no real time limitations here on this match for them, so they can take as much time as they want, but it's just the mental pressure that starts building. 1-0, all right, that's doable. 2-0, that's one away from being one down. But now, once you get into this one, you don't want to lose this. This is not necessarily a must-win, but for mentally, it's a lot harder if they don't win this. Raven is going to go in. Shamu and Sin Karma both fall for Sit. Slugmundo over in Kitchen is disconnected. Should be shot down pretty soon. And actually, no, he does get the trade onto Yum Yum. That is all right, and that allows everyone else to jump back in. They might be able to bully the rest of the Zoo out of this. Seems like Sam wants to try and fight this with Exile. They've managed to split up the combo once again from Sit. Loaf now is in the back lines. Gonna try and come in and maybe get some pot shots off onto the medic. No, it just barely manages to get out to safety, living on so low hit points. And I think that's going to be their opportunity to try and refight this over. They're still pushing the doorways a little bit, but at this point, they've got the defenses mounted for the Zoo. And if you are Sit, you just got to back up and play your defenses now.
Yeah, Sid has really no other options here. Their only, feasible option is to hold S, and look at this. It's going to be Zam trying to come in with a little bit of a bomb, but he's not really going to be able to find anything. Donovan coming in as a second bomb. A little too delayed for anything to really happen. Not able to take advantage of that backline chaos, and that is going to be Zoo losing 2 soldiers, but they can kind of afford that. They're sitting on mid here. All they've got to do if they see the enemy team come in is back up, but they're too slow with it. Loaf is going to own Yum Yum here, hitting him with a nice air shot. Ubers do come out from both sides here at about the same time. The Uber from the Zoo is a little bit better as they don't have to flash that many people, but they stay in for a little bit too long. Zam is going to be able to pick up Raven here, though, now making the player count even. Shamu fighting top left here, looking at it from the red side, as Donovan comes in as the spy, takes down Sin Karma. Revolver's down, Dank as well. Shamu, barely living, is able to pick up the health back from lower, but is going to get taken down by Exile with help of Donovan and co. yet again. That's rough for Sit right there.
That is very, very rough. I do have to say that was a very good attempt from Shamu. Almost got onto Divine, did a lot of damage, but unfortunately for Sit was not able to get the final kill. So if you are Sit, you're trying to figure out how do we defend against this incoming Uber push from Zoo. Donovan still up on the spy, so that is maybe a little bit of a blessing if you are Sit, as long as you know about it and you don't let yourself get picked off, because as long as he gets one pick here, this spy is totally worth it. Now, the Uber is going to come in from Zoo, jumping in, kind of forcing everyone into spawn right now. No one is anywhere close to try and touch the point. It's only going to be Slugmundo. Jumps to it, is going to be able to get one, but they have so much cap time. Donovan makes his presence known, isn't going to be able to get a backstab, does find a pistol kill onto Loaf. It's only going to be him and Zam trying to do any damage they possibly can. The fact that he hasn't died yet is going to put a lot of worry if you are Sit, because there's so much cap time onto the point. Oh my God! He gets the backstab. He went from the top, and then you realize there was a point open. That was huge from Donovan, and Zam makes another play onto the point, gets a trade, and all this is doing is just delaying Sit from pushing out. They still have huge Uber advantage. Divine is only 50% of the way there, but there's so much cap time. They are just losing players left, right, and center. It's a hard call to make if you're Sit. It's the right call, but it's so dangerous too.
Yeah, I mean, that's a hard call to make. You got to push out here. You can't be slow. It looks like Zam is going to be coming in from the top rope here. Donovan trying to recreate his spy gameplay as Soldier now, but not to much avail. Flash does come out and save Slugmundo at the very last moment. Both Ubers do get used. On the side of the Zoo, it is slightly better. They might be able to pick up some last-second kills as Exile here is very weak, trying to get healed up here. Gonna be Slugmundo doing a little fade bomb. Is going to be taken down by Sam here. Looks like this might be a one fight for Zoo as Sam takes down Slug. Now it's just Dank, and I believe this is Raven here getting caught out in lower. Now going to be killed here potentially. It is taking a long time, though. He does manage to take down Yum Yum just before he dies. Sam hits him with the air shot.
Oh
now it's going to be Loaf
God.
jumping in behind, getting a lot of backline value, but Divine finds the arrow and takes down Loaf here. 2 players down on the side of Sit. They're just waiting on Yum Yum to spawn. And I don't even know if they need... Well, now they definitely do. As
Sam might fall.
Sam dies as well. Both just too far in, separated from the rest of their combo.
And Donovan is going lower with the rest of the combo, trying to go for a back cap play. The Uber has been used, a little bit of advantage. They don't have just quite yet. Now they do. And the Soldier's getting knocked sky high at the moment. Looking a lot better if you are Sid, as long as you can clean up these people over in lower. Exile now is going to be taken down. So going to be player advantage for Sid. They've kind of forced Exile and Donovan back into the respawn room. But that means Sam up on Sniper. They have to worry about him because he's got so much open space if they don't close the distance, and I don't know if they're going to be able to. Yum Yum is going to go down. Sam super weak. A nice bomb coming in. This is what they need. Onto the demo. Oh, a nice arrow to keep him alive. Even better stuff from Divine, and that's going to allow them to try and keep on fighting this point here. They have the spotters, and Zam with a nice headshot on to Sin Karma. That was just a lot of amazing individual beautiful plays coming out from Zoo at that moment. The headshots, the arrows onto their teammates, really great stuff. And it means Sit just back on their last again.
Sam! You cannot get away with that. He's got Word.exe open on his PC right now, I think is what's happening. Because, man, unlucky for Raven there. Tries to rush him down, but does get taken down. Sin Karma is going to be able to trade out with Zam. So finally the menacing Sniper has finally been taken care of. And now it's going to be the Zoo posturing outside of lobby. Still a little bit aggro, just ever so slightly. Getting some value, getting some info, spotting in as much as they can. But... not actually, putting their bodies in lobby to try and contest it. Beside for Donovan and Yum Yum, looks like Loaf here peeking shutter, trying to find something, almost getting rushed down by Exile, but is able to escape just in the nick of time. And it is sack o'clock now, folks. So check your phone, check your watch, check your PC, check the time, because it should read SAC or SACK, depending on how you want to spell it, because now we got to wait on Zoo to send in a sack here. Zam not quite able to find a
Uber exchange
pick here. An Uber exchange happening in lobby here, very interestingly enough. I guess Sit was, tired of waiting for something to happen. They said, you know what? I want to walk right into lobby and press the right-click button. So that's going to be what they did here. Exile taking a fight with Shamu in the back line is going to be able to force Exile away here. Oh, what a shot from Zam, though, taking him down. Slugmundo coming from window here. Failing his bomb, though, is going to get knocked into the corner by Yum Yum.
Oh, that is just so unfortunate. Everyone was just over there trying to escape, and Dank is not going to be able to make it. That's going to be a dead medic. That's going to give so huge advantage. They are starting the back half. They have to get this. It wasn't enough time, though. That is going to be the 3rd round in a row for Zoo, and just playing really, really well. A good couple of attempts from Sit to push out of their last that started pretty good, but it was just forcing them out. They got them into yard. They got Zoo into yard, but they weren't able to close it down and lock out those choke points. And because of it, Zoo were just able to come in. They won the DM fight and the refight, and they're just able to take these 3 rounds.
Yeah, Zoo here is just... I mean, they're decimating in every other regard. I mean, Sit might be winning in a couple of these fights. They might be positioning themselves a little bit better, but it doesn't really matter at the end of the day because Zoo is just they're rolling. Contrary to what we might be seeing in this mid here, as we watch it dwindle down to a 3v3. Now it's up to Yum Yum trying to get some pressure forward. Yum Yum is able to find the pistol kill onto Dank. Divine here with 99. Uber now 100. Slugmundo going to have to look for a bomb here or something. Is going to be taken down by Exile. Now it's just Loaf alive on red second. Not quite able to do anything. Picks up the pack, but I mean, Loaf is just so far disconnected at this point that it's effectively a 3v4 on second right now. But actually, it's Sit is going to be fully committed to last.
Yeah, they are going to be fully committed to last, and Karma just placing a few sticky traps over in lobby for good measure. Just maybe see if he can get some type of pick here. Even any pick would do to just try and slow down Zoo just a tad and allow his team a better opportunity against some last defenses. But it's not going to be the case. So Uber comes in. They take down the sentry gun. Are they going to be able to get anyone else? Loaf, very weak, is going to have to try and bomb over towards Shutter. Is not going to be able to do so. Gets taken down. Not too much time on the point, however, so it's okay for Sid. This late game heavy is working wonders for them. Raven, Shamu finding one apiece. Slugmundo, another onto an escaping Zam. It's only going to be Divine and Sam's trying to get out through lower, but someone has got their exit locked off. It is Slugmundo. That's going to buy enough time for the chasing players to catch up and take them down. Really great play from Slugmundo. Very heads up, and that is going to allow finally the team to try and push out of their last to do it successfully.
Yeah, Sit here finally able to escape the brutal last hold that Snakewater is so famous for. Does look like a back cap threat coming in from Yum Yum. Going to be pulling back pretty much everybody on the side of Sit. Yum Yum is now playing inside of lobby. He's just playing with his food here. This gives Zoo a lot of time to kind of recoup. Zam is stuck. Actually, this is Donovan stuck inside of lobby. We've seen Zam on snipers for so long. I figured it was him, but I suppose not. Zam's still up on that soldier. Yum Yum is still in behind them and threatening their backline. Raven and Loaf finally going to be able to take him down. And now that's a staggered respawn for the side of Zeus. They might not be able to hold second as effectively here, but they are building it out. It is exactly even for both teams right now. So time will tell. Zam does get taken down here. So now the call is probably to just leave second for good if you're on the side of Zoo and set up for that last hold.
Yep, that is exactly what they are going to do. Just get back. They've got even Ubers, so they don't have to worry too much about trying to force the medic out there, getting it onto second. They can just hang back, play their defenses. You know, to their perspective, they're up 3-0. They haven't been able to successfully break this stalemate if you are Sit. So if you are Zoo, it's, you know, you're feeling pretty good about the situation, all things considered. Up 3-0. Slugmundo getting a pick onto Donovan is going to help the Sit cause just a little bit. That's one less projectile to kind of stuff these doorways. Allows you to peek it a little bit more easier as they are going to bomb in. Soldier to the back line. Slugmundo going to get taken down almost immediately. So that's going to be a sack attempt for Sit. They're just going to back up, make sure they don't lose anyone else. And now an opportunity. Zam coming in. Had a really great shot. Nice rockets coming out there from Loaf, but still Zam, like that heads up play. If you are going to counter sack, you almost have to do it immediately because otherwise the respawner for the enemy team is going to be there and you're just making yourself down one person. So it's going to be even Stevens regardless.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be relatively fair on both sides here. I mean, both of these teams have a pretty even DM, I would say. I mean, this is about as even as it gets. You know, the round score total might not, say the same thing, but nobody's saying that Sit can't pull a reverse sweep out. Knock on wood, not trying to Caster's curse it or anything, but it is entirely possible. It does look like Sit wants to come in through lower. They are running Shamu up on Sniper, potentially. Maybe going to be able to find a pick here, but I don't know. Given with where Divine is playing, they're not going to be able to really pick him off as Divine actually pushes into lower to catch up to his Pyro. They use in lobby and force the exchange out. Now the Pyro going to be able to take down Shamu here with the help of Zam. Exile just, doing God's work there. Somehow they managed to get that force out. I'm not sure if it was just crazy fear from Dank, thinking they were just going to get, flare comboed into the ground or what have you, but does look like, even Ubers still, but, no Ubers at all in the question.
Yeah, no Ubers in the meantime, but there is someone up to try
That
and
said,
fix that.
does look like it's just going to be a standard little hold. Nothing crazy whatsoever. I think Zoo is just waiting for a
Shamu.
Yum Yum to come up on
Oh,
spy here.
Shamu!
Shamu
Nice
finds
shot.
Exile, and Slugmundo bombs in from behind as well. Now it's going to be Sam peeling back to try and deal with him. Raven does find Zam here, so now Zoo is down 2 players. They're going to have to backpedal all the way out as Yum Yum is caught in and is not going to be able to survive here as pistol down by Raven. Now
Donovan up on Spy, though, is trying to sneak his way across. Over in lower, hasn't been spotted yet. This is a little bit dangerous. Yeah, he is just going to have to try and get back to his team and try and hold this point. Does get the stab onto Loaf. Really great stuff there. Still not going to stop the Ubers. Are exchanged over by the truck. Scout popped up high into the sky. Maybe looking a little bit better if you are Sit. You do have the player advantage, and Donovan is stuck up on the Spy class. That's not going to stop him from winning the 1 versus Shamu. And this is looking actually pretty good if you are the red team. Okay, they're all so weak. If he wants to try and do this, Raven thought maybe he could be him, take those shots, not going to be able to make it work, and that is going to leave enough time for Dank to escape the safety. Another failed blast push for Sit, unfortunately, but Donovan making the best out of the bad situation with that Spy, and he's still up on it.
Yeah, Donnie Boy still rocking the Spy here. Is cloaked, looking for a decloak angle potentially. Yes, he is. He decloaks. The Med hears him, and he is taken down by Shamu. Thankfully, he notices just before he's able to land the backstab onto Dank here. Sam is going to get taken down. Nice takes by Stin Karma, and Loaf is going to be able to find a pick on a Yum Yum here as well. Loaf is now just kind of waddling in through left side. Slugmundo fighting Exile, and this might be the first round conversion in favor of Sit here, unless the soldiers make something out of nothing here. But unfortunately, Donovan is just not able to get into the point in time, and first round conversion in favor of Sit has now arrived. It is still 1-3, so if Zoo does what I think they'll do, which is run out the timer, let infinite overtime kick in, and then just play out that 4th round, this could be over a lot quicker than we think.
It could be, but that relies on Zoo to keep control of the game, and maybe Sit are going to be able to get back into the swing of things and figure some stuff out. Regardless, it's all going to start on this next mid. Sig Karma taking a lot of damage. It's going to have to get way to be healed up. No one going immediately at the moment, just kind of spamming each other out, trying to figure if they can maybe get 1 pick by doing that and then build momentum off. But no, the soldiers haven't had enough. They're going to be bombing and doing a lot of damage. Takes down Dank. Really great stuff from Donovan and Sam. It's only going to be Slugmundo up. Can he do anything at all? No. The rocket does not connect. Divine takes no damage, and that is going to be a wipe for the blue team. Really great stuff from Zoo.
Yeah, really, really great stuff, actually. Out of the question of it being great. I mean, that was just a very dominant mid, wiping everybody. Divine somehow managing to escape pretty much without a scratch, getting out scot-free. That's just very, very, very crucial for the side of Zoo here. They've lost Exile, but it doesn't really matter. Like I said, if they do what I think they're going to do, which is, likely maintain control here, try and just send in sacks once this evens out, let that round timer go into infinite overtime and let the win limit decrease. But actually, it doesn't look like that's what they're going to do, as they use in here, and a lot of cap time coming out from the side of Yum Yum here, getting so much value, is able to finally start dishing out damage as well. Fat Russian man Shamu on the point is going to be arrowed at the last moment and saved. Now arrow tank by Dank here. He's back up to full. It's 4v4, 2v4 now. Divine on 5 HP, and it's going to be Shamu making something out of what was almost nothing, and barely managing to hold on to last here.
Really, really close stuff, and it's kind of maybe a prediction coming true. It is very, very close to continuous overtime, and it's looking like it's going to be a 4-something game Question is, can Sit try and claw those rounds back, or the Zoo going to be too much for them to deal with? Yum Yum going down early in kitchen. Sam is hiding. There's also a sniper up. Donovan immediately gets taken down, but they have not spotted Sam. He's going to make a play for the point, and that delays the capture up beautifully. So everyone on Sit, who's already on second, eager to capture that up, they got to all get back as a team, as Zam is still lurking in behind. They don't know where he is now. They've spotted him out over in kitchen. Probably not long for this world. Is going to try and get out. It actually does. That is so huge, because maybe they thought, all right, we can at least get player advantage. No, now they don't even have that, and the Zoo have Uber advantage. So this is terrible for Sit. They have to try and get in their defensive positions, as they know this Uber is going to come in very, very soon.
Yeah, they know that this Uber is gonna smack them right over the head. I mean, as soon as you say that, it comes out actually, and Raven is going to be picked up. Slug Mundo as well, right at the very end of the Uber. Slug Mundo actually getting cleaned up in the back line. Now the win limit has been reduced to 4, and we are in infinite overtime, with Zoo having essentially full control over second. They don't have it capped just yet. They are waiting for mid to go through, but they are also sitting on Uber disad, and the Uber does come out from the side of Sit. Karma bombing forward, going to get a lot of damage onto Zam here. Not quite able to find any of the picks, but it doesn't really matter, as Zam is ended here by Loaf. Heavy in forward spawn is going to be able to create quite a wall that Zoo has to push through, but they only lose one in spite of all of it. Donovan is stuck behind, though. Now landing onto Dank, hitting 1 rocket, 2 rocket. Dank is going to go down.
Oh,
now
Shamu.
by Loaf here. Shamu is going to get taken down by Divine. And now Divine going to get taken down by Slug Mundo. Sam coming in with the spoon on the Slug Mundo. And now probably going to get taken down by Raven here. And yes, he will be. Very, very rocky push there from Zoo. They felt a little fragmented, and I mean, they just kind of were taking a little bit of some wacky, crazy fights that probably shouldn't have happened, but you know, it happens.
Yeah, Sam getting that opening pick on to Raven allows them to immediately come right back in onto middle. And so they're going to be able to retake that, even though they initially lost it. Seems like they want to go forward with this player advantage that they found. It's not going to be even Uber, so nothing like that. Donovan jumping in, making some space. Now it's going to be the counter bomb from Slug Mundo and the other soldier. They do a lot of damage with the help of Sin Karma, just forcing everyone on Zoo back into Saw. They're going to have to think better about trying to dry push that one, at least for the meantime. Slug Mundo maybe a little bit too excited there, is going to get taken down, and Raven as well. So the counter push being a little bit too much for Sit to try and deal with. They do get the pick, and they might find another onto a bombing Zam. Nice stuff from Shamu, so now they can definitely stay on second and try and go forward again if they dare. Shamu just walking in, no fear whatever, just forcing Sam all the way back. And at the end of the day, I think it's going to be a zero-sum game for both of these teams. Going to still be even Uber's second to middle stalemate. But Raven is up on Sniper, and he should have spotted that Yum Yum is a... Raven was on spy checking, and he should have spotted that Yum Yum was on Sniper.
Yeah, definitely a perfect time for Raven to come up and check for those off classes. It does look like Raven is actually committing to the spy play at this point. No, they're running all the way back to spawn. So, if Zoo knew about Raven running all the way back to spawn, they could exploit this and try and get in, but I don't think they would. Does look like Yum Yum going to be hitting a good couple shots here, taking a lot of health away from Sit, but now all of the players are back and ready to defend second here. Everybody's in their proper defensive positions. Donovan going to be taken down here as he peeks out just a little too far, not obeying that line theory, and is going to be smoked for his troubles. Sin Karma looking to get in through lower as Loaf almost dies inside of the kitchen, but somehow, some way, divine intervention manages to live. Yum Yum trying to peek out of Saw here. It looks like Zam is trying to get in and maybe take a sack attempt in. Is going to be taken down as well. Now Loaf coming in from kitchen, going towards Red Saw. Nothing too wild happening right now, but wait, as I say this, Loaf coming up from catwalk onto top left, landing on top of Yum Yum. The sniper is now dead. This is a pretty fair trade, all things considered. Exile now spawning. It is a 5v4 on mid here. The Uber does come out from the side of the Zoo, and Sit is still holding on to theirs. They finally pop in return, and they're not able to really catch any players just yet, actually, if at all. Donovan may be dying in the back line here as the pack is not yet up for him, but nobody's coming back to fight him, so he does pick it up. Is going to be able to find Shamu. Dank is going to be forced to run out through lower. Raven doesn't spot Donovan as he thinks he left. Now Loaf tries to fight through Saw, almost dies as well, and now Zoo is pushing into second completely. It is still even Uber's Divine.
Oh, Divine!
What, their like 5th kill this game or something?
Yeah, Divine is absolutely fragging out at the moment, and they have got the momentum. They have got the player advantage on their side. They're going to be just walking in on to their last. Shamu does get a nice kill onto Exile. With Sam going down, that is going to stop all of that momentum I previously said in its tracks, and losing 2 very important players. They're losing another in Sam now. Maybe an opportunity for Sit to get some momentum. They're out of their last. On to second, going to be able to walk forward. It is going to be kind of manufactured Uber advantage for Zoo because Dank wasn't healing during a little bit of that. So they're probably not going to take it. I don't think that they know. And at this point, it's basically even regardless. So it's just going to be assumedly another stalemate, but Yum Yum is already kind of in position, making his way through lower, has an opportunity to get onto Dank, has made his presence known. Can anyone follow up? No. Yum Yum and Exile both going to go down, and with both scouts down actually for Zoo, this makes going in, walking in a lot better, just Ubering in because you can probably catch the medic because he doesn't have that scout speed.
Yeah, and as we say that, it does look like the rest of Sit wants to get aggro. They want to bully Yum Yum here off of Sniper, which it looks like they're successful in doing as they just kept bombing him. And now it's another bomb, speaking of, from Loaf, trying to get onto Divine here, but does not manage to get any damage off onto him. So he is going to stay up full HP here. Yum Yum going to be able to trade out with Raven here. Sorry, not trade out. Going to be able to find a pick onto Raven. And wait, look at this Slugmundo coming in from the back line. He's going to drop Divine. Yum Yum finding the pick onto Slugmundo, but it doesn't really matter at this point. It's all for nothing as Dank backs out fully to second. Or, sorry, not fully to second, fully into lower. Now pushing up through Kitchen here, looking like they're going to use sometime soon. Yes, they do. They're popping on Sin Karma here, going forward. Now latching onto Shamu and Raven as they just waddle forward and decimate everyone in their path with this Uber. It's looking great so far for Sit. Finding those picks is crucial.
Oh my God.
What a nice pipe.
That was a really nice pipe coming out there. Yeah, from Sam as Yum Yum is hiding in the back lines, is over by Sauce. The rest of his team want to try and pressure this. Yum Yum just going to rotate back, meet up with them. Is going to kind of force out one of that scout a little bit out of position. Might get cleaned up. No, Sin Karma with a nice sticky trap on the logs is going to find Exile. And because of that, they're immediately going to come right back in onto second. Soldier bombing in super deep is going to be Loaf onto the bats, making the space. And it's just been so chaotic, so back and forth. Shamu might get cleaned up over and lower, but they've already committed at least one more body. Loaf is going to have enough kind of presence of mind to just go for a fade bomb instead. So just going to try and play their lives, going to maybe slow the game down a little bit, get themselves all nice healed up, do this textbook, do this as it should. Go into lobby and try and figure out some way to sack onto Divine. And it's going to be Shamu Sniper. That's how they're going to do it.
Hey, man, a Sniper on Snakewater last is, I mean, I feel like that's just a staple at this point. You know, even if you see a Sniper, you run Sniper. Even if you don't, you probably want to run Sniper. It's just so good on Snakewater last. You have so many fine angles and, like, just really thin gaps to peek into. Shamu going to be winning that SBS onto Yum Yum. After Yum Yum took down Raven, Donovan going to be taken down as well. Sam going to be trading him out, though. Looks like Sit wants to take this in through lower. Curving up to right side, and poor Divine stuck in lower. Somehow doesn't get spotted or killed there or forced or anything. Nothing, no evil shall come his way, I suppose. Shamu trying to peek forward into a level 2. Does spot it for the rest of his team, so they are going to try and take it down as I believe they might find a pick onto, I believe this is Slugmundo here. Shamu is just finding so many picks here as he finds Zam as well. Uber hasn't come out just yet, but as I say that, they do pop, and the counter pop comes out from the side of Zoo as well. Raven running forward, getting onto that last, trying to threaten the cap as much as humanly possible. Players now evening out 3v3. One spawner coming up, Slugmundo, not quite able to reach a point in time to really support in that fight, though. So it is going to be just a standard last hold with no Ubers on either side, like we've seen so many times before.
Yeah, it is going to. And if you are the Zoo, this is okay for you because it sends you back to a round reset, which immediately kind of puts you halfway across the map, a lot better than where you are at the moment. So, and for them, they're also thinking, we just need one more mid to last, and we've won this. We're into grand finals. And if you are Sit, you're thinking, they just need one more mid to last, and then we've lost this, and they're into grand finals. So, very scary, even though Sit are in a very good position to try and take another round. Sin Karma takes down the sentry gun, opening things up to maybe for someone to try and go for a sack if they want to. Exile, very weak, over on the left side. Slugmundo is going to go in, pops up the medic, gets the force. Really great stuff from Slug. They are going to use the Uber into lobby. They do get the force out from tanks. They're getting a lot of space with this one as well. It might actually work out pretty well for them, all things considered, and it does. What started as a really great sack play from Sit turned into Zoo, turning just transforming it into a great opportunity to push out. But Loaf is up on Spy and Shamu is on Sniper, so they are kind of pulling every trick out of the bag at the moment to try and stop this Zoo team.
Yeah, what looked like Zoo having to sit on their last and pray for the round reset has turned into them, effectively being able to hold second. Now, this is a really close call between Loaf and Yum Yum there. Yum Yum almost backed into Loaf, and now Loaf is trying to find his way into Cheese, which he is successfully able to do. So, Sit has a spy, behind enemy lines here, could potentially go for something, but is probably just playing calm spy at the moment. I mean, that's the best they can really do. There's so much distance for them to cover. If he decloaked anywhere, really, he would probably just get caught instantaneously. He needs that pressure to come in from the rest of his team as Zam tries to do a high bomb onto window here. Does spot Slugmundo, so they do know somebody is trying to fight them from window. Loaf still sitting on bats here, just waiting for a window. Shamu does find Zam here, so there is a little bit of chaos in the back line. Does mean that the rest of Zoo will back up ever so slightly into Loaf here, but maybe not actually, as Slugmundo lands right on top of Loaf here. The Ubers do come out. It does look significantly better for the side of Sit here as they push forward. Yum Yum going to be able to find that pick onto Slugmundo. Loaf going to be able to find the backstab onto Divine. Yum Yum finding Loaf in return. Donovan going to go down. Shamu going to go down to the hands of Exile as well. It is a 4v3. Zoo needs to find Dank here if they possibly can. Looks like they might be able to. The spoon attempt coming in from Zam, but it is a beef. And unfortunately for Zoo, they're not going to be able to take down Dank. And this is going to be about 30-40 Uber Disad.
30-40 Uber Disad, well enough to try and use and make a round go in your favor. If you are Sit, they're going to be able to get onto second. They only have to worry about this one bombing soldier. It is Donovan. Does some good damage to Slugmundo. Is going to have to be sent back. And seems like Zoo want to try and fight it now. If they can, they have to worry. If they do get caught out, it could be disastrous. Zam, so weak. Over by Saw. Exile as well. It seems like they're all selling out to just try and stuff this doorway. And it does work out for the meantime. They get 3 for 2. A better trade for them. And it is going to slow things down for Sit, maybe allowing enough time for Divine to actually get their Ubers. So a really good play coming out from Zoo. Exile just going to be building it up with his medic over on the bridge. And for Sit, they're getting themselves into really good positions, really great opportunities to close things out. But somehow, some way, something just turns it around on its head for them. So they got to try and work on that execution. But they're going to be bombing soldiers in super deep, just trying to land on the other soldiers, actually not landing on the medic. Loaf with 2 nice rockets are going to be able to trade his fallen soldier partner out. That's going to be a high flying demo man, not going to be able to escape. Sam and Exile all going down. It's only going to be Divine and Yum Yum, the last 2 left alive, not connected whatsoever. Yum Yum trying to buy time over in lobby is probably going to get shot down. And Divine, one of the few standing on the point. The 2 soldiers respawning are going to be able to defend it just for a little bit. Oh, nice rocket from Loaf onto an airborne Donovan. And that is finally what has been a very, very long round going to be the second one for Sit.
Yeah, Sit here finally getting themselves back up on the board. It is 2-3, so it is still match point for the Zoo. They could very, very easily take this one home if they decide, you know what, last round was a fluke. We're going to lock in for this mid. We're going to take it straight away. So hopefully we'll get to see some great gameplay come out on what could potentially be the last mid fight of the of this match here, and what will determine who goes into the grand finals. And as I say that, it's going to be Loaf bombing in, finding a double kill onto Divine and Sam. 3 people getting traded out for it. Sin Karma going to go down here as well. Dank managing to escape in the loving embrace of Shamu here. Nobody's able to chase them quite quickly enough, and they are going to be able to leave with full Uber ads. So nobody's even capped mid yet. The Zoo here is just going to have to pray that they can cap it fast enough.
Donovan hiding in a very cheeky spot is immediately found out by Slugmundo. He had his number and he called him, leading him to his location. Unfortunate for Donovan, but fortunate if you are Sit and want to try and make a comeback into this game. Now you've got player advantage and Uber advantage are going to be walking in through Saw, jumping forward. Zam in a hiding spot, immediately found out, still going to go for it anyways, not going to make any magic happen. Taken down above the point. Another player advantage, and they still have Uber advantage as well to try and walk forward with the threat of it is buying them so much space in this round. They should be able to get on to second, but Divine has 80%. This is a call if you are Exile. Do you want to try and stay and fight this, considering how slow Sid are getting in onto second? It's really only Sin Karma by himself. No one else is with him. The Sid are taking forever to get in here, and that's bought enough time for Zoo to get their own. So if you're Sid and Karma, probably a little bit pissed, like, hey guys, where's the rest of my team? But at the end of the day, still going to be even Ubers, and we have an off class on the field. It is Donovan, going to be lurking around, trying to go for some more spy backstab shenanigans.
I don't know if you've noticed, but Donovan earlier when he was playing Spy, peeking out bats, trying to scare away Sit, was disguised as a friendly sniper, and it worked. It paid dividends as Sit was too scared to peek the sniper sightline that didn't exist. So now I guess he's running the scout disguise. Enemy scout now is spotted inside of kitchen and is probably going to get taken down here. And yes, he is. Shamu finding the final grave ceiling meat shot onto Donovan. So that is going to take one player out of the fight for now. Shamu is up on Sniper now coming into mid. Does look like Sin Karma is going to get taken down. Unfortunately, does get dropped by Dank there. Is trying to catch up to Raven the best that they can. Does hit a nice arrow. Loaf going to find a nice rocket onto Exile. Raven going to find a nice blue shot onto Yum Yum. Zam trading that out, but Loaf is finding Zam as well. 3 players down for the side of the Zoo here. Potentially 4 soon if they're not careful, as Slugmundo is bombing up from behind. Gets the force out from Divine too. What a beautiful, beautiful flank play from Slugmundo. Is going to be able to get out from Cheese as well. Wait, potentially not. Is caught off by Sam here, but does end up escaping somehow, some way. And now it's Sit with full Uber ad.
Yeah, Sit with full Uber advantage. Are Zoo going to be able to force it out? They have been fairly good at trying to do so and getting on to Dank, but they're going to be walking through lower. There is a huge flank shove coming in from Zoo, sending 3 through Saw. No one was ready for it. On Sit isn't going to stop them from getting second, but now they have to worry about their behind as Yum Yum, Zam, and Donovan all in the backlines ready to pounce at a moment's notice. But they recognize that means there's only 3 people holding last. We can just walk in there. They are going to use the Uber over in lobby. They aren't getting a lot of picks over on last. Now they have to worry about the people in behind as well. That is going to be Yum Yum just capturing up second. So what was maybe a good opportunity for a play for Sit has immediately devolved in a great opportunity for Zoo to push out of last onto second. They do so, and it's going to be even Uber's player advantage for Zoo with mid control as well under their belt.
Yeah, that was a pretty risky play from Zoo there, trying to leave those players behind and just let them go for the back cap. But, you know, high risk, high reward. I suppose they were able to get the cap off. The threat of the back cap just peeled too many players away, made the Uber pretty much useless. A nice rocket from Zam there, going to be able to find the pick onto Raven. Now jumping up towards Fence here, is able to draw some eyes and peel some players back as Dank is sitting here roughly full HP, 3 players down for the side of Sit here. Donovan giving some humpies to the crate before getting arrowed and ready to push into lobby with the rest of his team. It looks like they're going to be wanting to use this in through lower, and the Uber does come out. Both Ubers come out. As a matter of fact, this Uber on the slide of Sit is slightly better. Sam going to get taken down by Shamu here. And does look like it's a botched push from Zoo as Donovan gets caught in the doorway, not obeying the line theory. Does get taken down. Yum Yum also potentially going to be taken down here, but not before he gets a pick onto Loaf. A lot of soldier spam through these doorways, which is pretty crucial, but Zam going to be picked off by Raven and Sin Karma in lower. And now it's up to Divine to try and get out here.
Oh, nice shot from Dank. Medic on medic violence. You don't see that too many times, but Dank coming in clutch for his team. Now, it is going to be Donovan hiding over in Saw in the little cubby. Is going to be immediately spotted and taken down, so that is going to be the force hopes for the Zoo kind of taken out, at least for the meantime. Zam, however, is up on Sniper in lower, could try and go for the shot, is slow peeking it, has hit some damage on the Sin Karma, but Loaf immediately on his case, takes him out, sends him to the respawn room, and with a 2 down, a respawner on the way, so not going to do anything, and that's going to be Sam not making it out either. Disastrous no demo is so crucial if you are the Zoom. Even better if you are Sit walking in there. You don't have to worry about any stickies on the point. You can get through these doorways so freely. They have so much cap time, making it a 3-3 game.
Yeah, that's rough. I mean, losing Sam there on second is just detrimental. You have no demo up for Snakewater last. You count your seconds. I mean, at that point, it's just a matter of time until the enemy team kind of just busts in and takes your point away from you. So yeah, that is going to tie it up 3-3. It is anybody's game right now. Match point across the board. So whoever wins this next round will be fighting Froyotech in the grand finals for what will officially be the last mid, or the last initial mid of this map here, the last mid of Zoo versus Sit. So hopefully we'll be able to see some excellent gameplay. Both teams really need to lock in right now if they want to take this one home, as Zam is already knocked away. It's a bomb coming in from Loaf right onto Divine's head. Divine is able to live here, and Zam is able to find the nice rockets to take down Loaf. Shamu is going to find Donovan, but Slug Mundo might be dying inside of Kitchen here, but no, actually he will. Zam hits the final rocket. Uber does come out from the side of a Sit here, but Divine milking for as long as he possibly can, does actually wait out the entirety of the Uber, does leave Raven alive behind them. So they do need to be wary of that, hiding under the stairs at Snakewater mid. If Noda could see this, they would be so happy right now. But Sam, oh my goodness, finds Raven and then hits the nasty turn onto Loaf and now secures mid for the Zoo.
Yeah, really, really, really great stuff for the Zoo to get back into this. You know, it was looking a bit rough. You know, started to crumble. You know, you're up 3-0, and then, you know, the enemy team, they get 1 on you. All right, that's whatever. They get 2. Okay, they get 3, and then suddenly it's a tie game, and that's where you need to completely reset your mental. You gotta, like you said, lock in, focus up, and that's exactly what they did on this mid. But we have seen beefed full ad last pushes before, so it is not completely won for them. Until it's won, they're going to be using in through lower, immediately leaving the scout to get a lot of cap time. This should be
goodness.
It. Immediate play from Zoo. Just let Exile get onto that cap ASAP. He barely had a flash of Uber, just enough to get through the door, and he stood on the point. And then once they realized that the soldiers were all in spawn, everybody piled on top, and that is what did it for the 3.